What if a teacher walks into the wrong room and sees a little girl who looks just like his old love? His heart stops. Could she be his secret baby? A mean boss watches with bad plans. Secrets come out. Love grows again with kisses and hugs. Funny moments make them laugh, and big twists keep you guessing. Will they become a happy family, or will danger break them? Get ready for a fun, exciting story with surprises, sweet love, giggles, and twists. Stay with us to the end. Hi, Story Soul Secrets friends. Welcome back to a story with exciting surprises, nice love, and lots of laughs. If you're new, push the subscribe button and give us a like. Tell us in the comments. Did you ever have a love story with a big surprise? Let's start this fun trip together. Tom was a big teacher who liked helping little kids with numbers at a small school. He had a big, happy smile and stayed after school to help. The kids loved him because he made numbers fun with stickers or yummy snacks. But inside, he felt sad. A long time ago, he loved a girl named Emily. They met at a coffee shop when it rained and they shared a table. They talked about fun dreams, movies, and silly things like pizza with fruit. They wanted to get married and live in a little house with kids. Tom remembered her laugh. It made him feel good. They went on happy walks and fed ducks together. But one day, Emily went away. She said she needed time by herself. Tom called her a lot, but she didn't answer. He felt sad for a long time, so he worked hard to be happy. Have you ever lost a friend you loved and felt sad? Tom wondered if he'd laugh like that again. One busy morning, the school was noisy with kids running with bags. Tom was rushing with papers and a cup of juice. He thought he was going to his room, but he opened the wrong door by mistake. Inside, little kids sat at small tables with crayons. Tom looked around and saw a girl with big brown eyes and curly hair. She looked like Emily, and it made him stop. He stood still, juice shaking in his hand. The girl was drawing a house with little people, her face very serious. Then an old picture of him and Emily fell out. Oops, and a kid picked it up laughing. "Is this your friend, big man?" the kid said, and all the kids giggled. Tom's face turned red as he took it back, saying, "Just a picture." Have you ever had a funny mistake like that with kids? His heart went fast. Did this mean something? The girl had a name tag that said Sophie Carter. Tom got very excited. Carter was Emily's name. He said sorry to the other teacher and ran out, his head full of questions. Who was she? Why did she look like Emily? He walked around, his heart beating loud. Could she be his girl? He asked a friend at lunch about Sophie. "She's a nice kid," the friend said, eating a sandwich. "Her mom works hard at a food place, all by herself. Her name's Emily Carter." Tom dropped his fork, and it made a loud noise. It was her. That afternoon, he peeked out the window when parents came. There was Emily, tired but pretty, hugging Sophie. His heart jumped, and he hid behind a bush, shaking. Was Sophie his baby? The idea made him feel funny. Then he saw a strange man in a dark coat looking at Emily with a weird smile. Who was he? What would you do if you saw a scary man watching your old friend? Tom felt cold. Something bad was near. Tom couldn't sleep that night. He moved around in bed, dreaming of Emily and a little girl saying daddy. The next day, he waited outside school trying to look okay, but his heart went fast. When Emily came with food bags, he bumped into her on purpose. "Emily," he said, voice wobbly. She turned, eyes big. "Tom?" "Oh, hi." They stood there feeling old times. She looked older with tired lines, but her smile was the same. They sat on a bench, bags between them. Emily played with her hands. "I left because I had Sophie in my tummy," she said quietly. "I didn't want to make your life hard, so I did it alone." Tom felt sad but happy maybe Sophie was his. They talked for a long time. Emily told him about Sophie's first steps, her funny baby sounds, and how she saved money for a toy. Tom laughed when she said Sophie made a snowstorm with flour. Her face was white, she giggled. He told her he kept a ring in a box, hoping she'd come back. Her eyes got wet. But then, the man in the coat came, taking pictures. Emily held Sophie tight, scared. "That's my old boss," she whispered. "He's mad I stopped working, and I think he likes me too much." Have you ever had a boss who was too nice in a bad way? Tom wanted to keep them safe. They talked more. "I tried to call you once," Emily said, wiping a tear. "But I got scared." Tom's eyes got big. "I would have run to you." They hugged, and old love came back. But the boss was a problem. Tom wanted to help. He started helping Sophie with schoolwork, using candy to teach numbers while she giggled. If 2 plus 2 is 4, what about more candy? He asked. More candy, Sophie shouted, and they all laughed. Emily watched from the kitchen, smiling soft, remembering Tom's old hugs. Days went by, and they liked each other again. I never stopped loving you, Tom said one night while Sophie played. Emily turned red. Me too. I looked at your picture every night. They held hands, feeling happy. One evening, they went to a diner with old chairs and happy music. They shared fries and juice, and Sophie drew them holding hands on a napkin. That's you, Mommy, and the nice teacher man, she said. Tom's eyes got wet. I miss so much, he said. Emily held his hand. I thought it was good, but I was wrong. I missed you too. It felt warm, like love waking up. But the phone rang, and Emily looked scared. Someone knows about Sophie, she whispered. Tom's heart went fast. Later, he found a scratch key under the table. What's this? He said. It looked like it opened something secret. What would you do if you found a funny key like that? It made him wonder who left it. Their love grew big. They walked in the park holding hands, and Tom said, I always wanted us. Emily turned red. I kept your picture hidden. Sophie asked who the nice man was. They laughed, and Tom kissed her cheek, making her giggle. Sophie put candy in Tom's shoe, yelling surprise. They all laughed a lot. The boss was in trouble. He sent flowers with notes like come back to me because he liked Emily too much. Tom felt mad, but worried. We'll stop him, he said, hugging Emily tight. Sophie drew the boss with a big nose, saying he looks funny. They giggled, and Tom fell over a chair dancing, making them laugh more. One night, they sat close, and Emily said, You make me feel good again. Tom kissed her softly, and their love grew like a flower. But things got scary. Tom tried the key on Emily's old box at home. It opened. Inside were letters she wrote to Tom but didn't send, saying she loved him and wanted to tell him about Sophie. The boss took them, she said, surprised. He stopped her from telling Tom because he liked her. Tom's mouth opened wide. He knew. It made them love each other more, but danger was near. Trouble came when Emily's car stopped on a rainy night. She worked late, and Sophie waited at school, wet and sad. Emily called, crying, I can't get her. Tom ran over, saw Sophie's tears, and said, Let's get ice cream. She smiled with chocolate on her face. He fixed the car with his money, saying a friend helped, but Emily knew. Thanks, Tom, she said, kissing his cheek. That night, a note said, Be quiet or bad things happen. Tom hid it, mad. The next day, the boss was near their house with a phone watching. At the diner, Tom said, Sophie's my girl. I want to be her dad. That boss likes you too much. We need to stop him. He shook, waiting. Have you ever seen a scary man like that? Emily cried a little. I love you, Tom. Let's do this together. Emily held her cup tight. I was scared to tell you. The boss said he loved me, but it felt bad. He followed me home once. She stopped. And those letters, he took them. Tom hugged her. We'll get him. They laughed when Sophie said, Family hug. Love grew as Tom made Sophie a crown for a play. It fell on his head, and they giggled. He and Emily kissed, saying, You're my heart. At the park, Sophie swung high, and Emily said, This is my dream. But the boss dropped a bag with a machine that had Emily's voice and notes like Be Mine. Tom called the police, but the boss ran, leaving a torn picture. Was it a trick? What would you do? Days later, a new note said you can't hide. Who else was there? The police looked and found a surprise. The boss had a lover, a woman who liked Emily too, and helped him watch her. She wanted you for herself, they said. Tom and Emily were shocked. The twists kept coming. This lover stopped Emily's calls to Tom long ago, helping the boss keep them apart. She liked me too? Emily whispered. Tom held her. It's done now. But the lover sent a scary note. I know more secrets. What was it? The worry grew when Sophie's doctor called. She had a special sickness needing help, and the lover knew, using it to scare them. Tom felt dizzy. We'll fix this, he said, kissing Emily. Sophie drew the lover as a funny bad lady with a big hat, saying she's silly. They laughed even when scared. The police caught the lover, finding she took Emily's mail and helped the boss's crazy love. They felt better, but the surprises made their love strong. Months later, Tom was with them all the time. He made an art spot for Sophie, helped Emily learn at night, and they had picnics where Sophie spilled juice. making them giggle. Hard days came. Sophie's doctor visits old fears, but they stayed together. Tom asked Emily to get married under a tree, like old times, and she said yes with happy tears. They planned a small party with cake and flowers. Sophie jumped up and down saying, "I get to be a flower girl." They all hugged, feeling joy. One day they went to a zoo, seeing animals. Sophie pointed at a monkey, saying, "It looks like you, Daddy Tom." They laughed a lot. Emily held Tom's hand. "This is fun." Tom kissed her. "You make me happy." Another time, they had a movie night at home. They watched a funny show, and Sophie fell asleep on the couch. Emily leaned on Tom. "I love her life." Tom smiled. "Me too." They kissed softly, but a small worry came when a letter arrived with no name. It said, "Watch out." Was it from the boss or his lover? Tom called the police, and they said, "We'll check." The family stayed close, playing games and telling stories. Sophie made a book of drawings for Tom, saying, "You're my dad now." Tom's eyes got wet. "Thank you, little one." Emily smiled. "We're a team." They had dinner together every night, talking about the day. Sophie told funny school stories, making them giggle. Tom felt his sad heart heal. One weekend, they went to a park for a picnic. Sophie ran with a ball, and Tom chased her, falling in the grass funny. Emily laughed. "You're silly." Tom pulled her down, and they rolled, giggling like kids. "I love you both," he said. The bad people were gone, but the family stayed strong. Sophie's doctor said she was getting better with help. Emily got a new job, and Tom helped her celebrate with a cake. They planned the wedding with simple things like flowers from the garden. Sophie picked her dress, twirling. "I look pretty," she said. Tom and Emily nodded, smiling. The day came, and they got married under a big tree with friends. Sophie threw flowers, and everyone clapped. They danced at a party, bumping and laughing. "This is our happy ending," Tom said. Emily kissed him. "Yes, love takes over." Sophie hugged them. Group hug. Family grows from love, truth, and staying close. Tom found love and a family with Emily and Sophie, making his sad heart better. They showed him the truth, and being together is the best. What did you learn? Story Soul Secrets, friends. Could you say sorry for a big secret for love? Tell us in the comments, share what you think, push the like button, and subscribe for more happy stories. See you next time.